Welcome, everyone, to the channel. It's good to be here. Of course, we're doing Louis Tomlinson. This is a Patreon request from one of our faithful, longtime patrons, Sarah. Thank you so much, Sarah, for this wonderful request. Looking forward to it. It's Louis. Here's the thing. We're going to like it. We're going to enjoy it. We're excited. I don't have any write-up on it other than it's from Sarah. I don't know if there's anything else to say about it. It's a live performance, and the song is called Too Young. It looks like it might be at the Sirius studio, so that's cool. All right. Let's check it out.
Playing guitar?
No.
We were too young to know we had everything. Too young. I wish I could have seen it all along. I'm sorry that I hurt you, darling. No, we were too young. I've been looking back a lot lately. Is all I've ever known. It's hard to think you could ever hate me, but everything's feeling different now. Oh, I can't believe I gave into the pressure. And they said a love like this would never last. So I cut you off cause I didn't know no better. Now I realize we were too young to know we had everything. Too young. I wish I could have seen it all along. I'm sorry that I hurt you, darling. No, we were too young.
Sorry, bring the bass back
We were too young. We were too young. Face to face at the kitchen table. This is everything I've waited for. Now I can finally have a conversation that I wish we could have had before. Oh, I can't believe I gave into the pressure when they said a love like this would never last. So I cut you off cause I didn't know no better. Now I realize we were too young to know we had everything. Too young. I wish I could have seen it all along. Sorry that I hurt you, darling. No, we were too young. We were too young. We were too young. It's been 2 years since I've seen your face. Trying to find some better words to say before I let this moment slip away. Cause now I realize we were too young to know we had everything. Too young. I wish I could have seen it all along. I'm sorry that I hurt you, darling. No, we were too young. We were too young. We were too young. We were too young. We were too young.
I want to get sort of not a criticism, but one of my sad comments all the way first. Because I was going to say the band behind them was amazing. They're all very talented singers and instrument players or musicians. Someone said there that they don't recognize any of those band members being in the current lineup, which is, fine. A lot of soul singers have what's called session musicians, where they get hired and people get hired to, hey, do you want to work with me for a year? Do you want to work on people will literally record in the studio but not go on tour. So they have like session musicians who do the music in the studio, but then they'll have a touring group that goes with them on tour. It's a whole different So a lot of solo artists do that. I'm curious now, though, does Louis kind of have a group that does both? Does he have a group that now tours with him and goes in the studio with him more now than he used to? That's my question to the fans there. And so that's not really a negative comment, but it's just, and I think you might be the same way. I don't know why I'm drawn. Like, I love solo artists. Again, I'm a big Bruce Springsteen fan. And for the most part, throughout his career, he's had the E Street Band with him. But sometimes he's done albums without them. But usually when he does the big tours, that band comes with him. So even though you're going to see Bruce, it's always kind of nice to see the other players throughout the years kind of being with him. So I don't know why that is. It just feels familiar when you're a fan. So people are saying here, normally now it is the same 5 guys everywhere unless one is ill or has another appointment. So it looks like Louis got he's got his core group with him.
Yeah, because I love this sound, but it makes me consider the bigger picture of Louis. And Louis had a bit of a kind of finding his sound after One Direction split up, where at first he was doing a little R&B thing, a little bit more pop sounding. I wonder if this is around the transition time. Right now he's a little more rock pop, I would say is his sound now. Blues, rock pop. This feels like potentially something around that transition time. This was like a folk song almost. And we've heard the version of this, the full version, I'm pretty sure we have on the Louis documentary.
And on the album Walls, I think we reacted
and
to
the
it.
album. This performance felt like a different song to me. Did not feel like that song. If you'd shown me this one and then showed me the other one, I'd be able to go, okay, this is what's different. But they feel so different that they're unrecognizable to each other. I can't really compare them. This song stands out on its own as this just beautiful, melodic, just great sound. Some people said that they could just listen to this on repeat. It has that feel like you're driving out in the mountains or past grain fields or something and clouds are rolling past. It feels very just soothing. So yeah, I really liked it.
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was beautiful. Selfishly, I want Louis to do his whole album redone. It has such a beautiful sound to it. I think we've mentioned before that Louis, I think we did mention before, because he's tackled a couple of these folk type sounds and he's got the right voice for it and he's got the right persona for it. And this performance just proves it, that if he were to do a folk album, I think we'd be completely on board. This is it's very low key. You can sit and perform. That's the type of music this is, like him just chilling on the stool, singing that very effortlessly. And I love this. I love this performance. Beautiful. I love folk music. I love this sound. Something very easy about it. You just slide into it. And this makes you feel good. Anything that makes me feel good makes me happy. And if I'm happy, then I like it. And so it's like,
I could totally see him doing a folk music tour, going to folk festivals, not trying to like take the limelight. That's not Louis. Like, I imagine Louis 30 years from now still just going strong and doing whatever he loves. And he could easily hit the folk music circuit.
I suspect, if he does continue being a solo artist for the next 20, 25, 30 years, as he, hits his 50s and 60s, let's say, I suspect by the age, between 45 and 60, I suspect we'll get some sort of acoustic, soft folk album as he gets older. Let's be honest. When he gets to his 50s, let's say, I can see that coming. So
absolutely, yeah.
I'll be dead and buried by then, but all right. Okay.
That was a lot of fun. That was a great suggestion, Sarah.
Yes, thank you so much, Sarah.
No,
and I'm glad you're here live, and we loved it. I'm glad you're able to hang out with us live. She says she was nervous. She goes, "See, this is why I hate watching live songs for the ones I request." Not in a bad way. She just felt insecure. Don't feel insecure. You're wonderful. You're a wonderful guest.
We love you, Sarah. It. You have the best laugh, by the way, when you post those videos in our Discord. You have the best laugh. I love it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone. And thanks for joining us for this reaction with Louis. We have a lot of Louis stuff in the vault, in the Welp library that unfortunately didn't make it to the YouTubes, but it is there in our Patreon. So if you join our Patreon, you can go check it out. Thanks, everybody.
All right.
See you in the next one.